going to introduce them. I'm not going to say too much. But as you know, when we have visitors, we always make sure that we are respectful, we are listening, and if we are asked any questions, we engage. So I'm going to hand over to you, sir.
Amazing. Hello everyone, how's everything today? Everyone good? Amazing. My name is James. I'm here with and we come from London South University, and that's the university that's attached to the secondary school, South University Academy. Today, we're here to present an exciting new project called the When I Grow Up Project. This project is called the transition from teenagehood to adulthood from a career perspective. Next slide, bro.
Hello everyone, my name is Hussam Eldin Garabala, also known as one of the most smartest WIGU graduates. So where do I begin? I grew up in Northeast Africa, Sudan, where I hunted lions, swung on trees and was neighbors of Tarzan. I was also doing my IBCSCs on the side and was planning on going into game design. But unfortunately it turned out that my gaming addictions of Call of Duty and League of Legends did not translate into a passion of game design. So fast forward, came to knock on the Tottenham.
You support Tottenham, man?
No, I support the best team in the world.
Arsenal.
Chelsea. Came to knock on the Tottenham, and if you don't like it, you can get it out. So, came to knock on the Tottenham while doing my A-levels, where I did math, physics, and politics. Now you're probably wondering, what is politics doing in there? Well, I've always had an intrusive thought of one day becoming a dictator. I mainly wanted to be an engineer. Eventually, done neither of those. Entered university to do accounting and finance, where I graduated from London South Bank University and met a handsome fellow, Devontae, who will now introduce himself.
Bill, next slide. So, as everyone, my name is Devontae James, grew up in South London, and around year 10, I discovered an interest for business management. And that led me to study into college. After college, the natural next step was for me to go to university. The key reason being, I was the first time I made the family to go, so I was a big thinking. So I enrolled at London South University, and I studied, what did I study, sir?
Engineering?
Funny. Business management. So I've done business management for 3 years, graduated in 2022 with a first class degree. And I'm here today, so still next slide.
So now you're probably wondering, what is the When I Grow Up Project? Or WIGU as we like to call it. Don't get it confused with what, because it's kind of beef, and I am more of a chicken guy. So, what are we here to do? Who are we? What are we trying to achieve? Do you put milk before the cereal? Even worse, it's time to put on pizza. But to keep it brief, the When I Grow Up Project is a project that can help you all and assist you all in becoming visionaries. How so? Well, we bring people who walk the same path that you did. Which, for instance, is me and Devontae, because we know what it's like to be. We know what you're going through. Although we could have our differences, we did walk this path recently, which was GCSEs and then to the A-levels and then to the university. So we do know what lies ahead. Because it's a tough thing to come to school every single day and be asked that one question by your parents and your teachers, which, although is so important, you barely have an answer to, and that is, what do you want to be when you grow up?
There you go. And to achieve this, we have a 3-step framework: awareness, reflection, and action. Start with awareness. This is where you kind of recognize the subject or subjects you have the most interest in. Then, this turns into reflection. This is where you can explore the interest a bit further, thinking about the why of subjects and why we do that. Once you have the awareness and the reflection, this turns into action. Action is simply us supporting you in some of the best you can be based on the subject you're interested in. So that's a 3-step framework for each of the project. And next slide, please.
So, we got the journey slide, the journey 0 to 100. And the reason why we call it the journey and not the race is because we're all going to age and reach a certain age. But it's about what we do in between that defines who you are. So for example, how you do an important exam or assignment will depend on how much you have done beforehand to prepare. Before the purpose is less about the exam and about what you have done to prepare. And secondly, so we've got the birth to teenagers. And logically, we all had to be born, right? Except if you're cloned in some alternate universe and sent here to destroy humanity, which I guess none of you are. So, we all had to be born, and when we were born, we were extremely dependent on our parents and carers in every single thing that we do. Someone has to watch us play, someone has to feed us, And whenever we need the toilet, we need papa or mama to help us do a kaka or a wee-wee. No need for translation. Secondly, we were unable to understand the world. We don't know what is right, we don't know what is wrong, we don't know what is good, we don't know what is bad, we don't know what is what. And we don't know the consequences of our actions, nor what leads to those actions in the first place. Thirdly, we have lack of originality. So as we were born, we don't know what we're doing. Before we have to copy other people on every single thing that we do. So, and that is not really a bad thing. Because we all have to do this as we're all human. This does not mean that you're fake and not real. And sometimes it's important to copy certain people and the good traits and characteristics that they possess. So for example, if your father is a generous person, you might want to copy him in some of his generosity and give charity. Or maybe if your friend is soft-spoken and has a nice speech, you might want to copy him in that. Before, it's not all bad. But now things are different. Now I don't see children. I see people in front of me and I see young men and women. So, what's different? The first thing is that you're starting to become independent. Before, you don't need someone to watch you anymore as you used to. You don't need someone to hold your hand and take care of you all the time. A lot of you even come to school alone and go to other places as well. And you're expected to also make your own decisions. And that is a scary thing, because now you're expected to face the world and whatever it throws at you. So be wise and be careful about what you decide, because time is not refundable. Because once you reach 19, your 18s are gone. Once you reach 20, your 19s are gone, and that's it. And if you're one of those people who tell yourselves, oh yeah, I still have time for later, well, let me tell you this. The people who prepare beforehand are most likely the ones who will come out on top. Last but not least, you're beginning to understand concepts, ideas, and actions. So now you know that fire isn't just a bright, colorful flame, but that it burns you. And now you know that if you don't study for your exams, you might fail. Good one, Pip?
Nice slide, you Sam. Good. Next slide. So, now we're going to talk about friends and classmates. You Sam, when you was in secondary school, you had your friendship groups, right? Your people. Yeah. So did I. I'm sure all of you in this room had that to an extent as well. Next question is, would you say you still talk to the same people, or majority of them, that you spoke to in secondary school today?
Not all of them, but some of them are still there.
Okay, that's good to know. I had around like a core friendship with around 4 friends. So I knew a lot of people, close friends around 4. But today, even we hardly speak. And yeah, that's not because of anything, but we're just pursuing our own interests. For example, I like business, another friend like law, another friend like engineering, sports, etc. We're just exploring our different career paths at the moment. In year 10, year 11, we discovered that we have different subject interests. We have lots of common interests. We like football, badminton, FIFA, COD, all that kind of things. But around year 10, year 11, as I said, we realized that we like different stuff, subject-wise. All of you here today, you're in a unique situation. Being in year 10, this week just getting started, figure out what you're interested in first. I was in your exact same shoes. Me and Hussein were in a classroom one time, and a teacher came to the class. He had a big class, and at the end of the class was like, the same friends you had in secondary school may not be the same friends you had when you leave secondary school. And you just shrug off like, I feel like people. What are you talking about? But it's facts, it's true. So it's important that you are aware of like, what you're interested in and pursue that as an individual. And go from there, bring who you bring along the journey. Next slide, Bill. We're going to make this a bit interaction. We're going to make this a bit engaging now. So, we've got interaction coming up in pairs. So you and you, you two, you two, you two. You want to turn to the person next to you, and in 10 seconds, you want to shout out the subject you're most interested in. For example, me and you, Sam. 10,
9,
8,
7,
6,
5,
4,
3,
2,
1.
max.
English.
See? We're sharing the same stage, we're friends, but we have different subject interests there. So now, all of you now, we've got 10 seconds, when we get to 1, shout to the person next to you, the subject you're most interested in, yeah? So, 10,
9,
8,
7,
6,
5,
4,
3,
2,
1.
Okay. I heard a lot of subjects there. Well, I heard some, for sure.
I had math, those are the smart ones.
Alright everyone, that's the awareness. So remember the framework presentation. That's the first step, becoming aware of the subject you're interested in the most. Now, I'm going to turn into the conversation. So next slide, bro. This is where reflection comes into play. So in the same pairs now, you want to ask the person next to you each few questions. So for example, Husam said you likes English, so I'm going to ask him. Husam, when did you develop an interest for English?
I developed an interest around year 7.
What interests you the most about English?
I like that there's so many different phrases and words to like express your thoughts.
Last but not least, do you see yourself potentially something related to English in further education?
Well, I already graduated, but if I can go back in time and do university again, I would love to become a writer.
So vice versa, we're going to go through in pairs in 1 minute each side, each few questions. X means subject, yeah? So 2 minutes everyone, go through these questions with your pairs. If you don't have a pair, let us know. About 2 minutes and yeah, come back to you after that.
Alright, so look to the person next to you. Akai! Don't be stupid!
Now how many slides we got?
2 more. That's good.
Not that
No, because I was supposed to say when I was around year 10, year 11. And then that's what now we know. So kind of trying to put that kind of just give them 30%. 30%.
Bill, got this. Next slide, Bill. Hello, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that little interaction. But just to save time, we're going to the timeline now. So, Husam, if you touch on the timeline, we go from there.
So, first thing that we have on the timeline is the survey. So a survey will be sent or emailed to each and every single one of you individually. So please try to be as honest and try to get this done as soon as possible so you may gather this data, process it, and prepare it for the classroom visit. So for the classroom visit, you're going to be seeing me and the Hands Brother, Devontae again, but this time we'll be bringing in a career professional of the most voted in subject from the survey. Last but not least,
To action. So, in this whole presentation, we kind of touched on awareness with interaction, touched on reflection and conversation. Now, once the classroom visit is done, we can turn things to action. And this is where we help and support you in going for yours, being the best you can be in a subject you're most interested in. So, that's that. Next slide, bro.
okay, so thank you very much everyone. Hopefully you all will enjoy the presentation. Don't get teary-eyed, I know you guys are going to miss us, but we will be seeing you guys again in the classroom visit. Okay, any last words?
Yeah, as I said, just like all for your engagement and your time. Other than that, nothing left to say or do except from say #WIGU. And see you soon. Take care. Have a good day. All the best. Yeah? Alright, thank you.
Ahmed, you had one question. I just saw your hand go up very quickly.
Awesome, man.
You see, you will never become successful. Chelsea, see, he's going places. I'm not sure about these people, but he's going places. I like that.
But yeah, look, it's for Arsenal. It's for Arsenal.
Very good. That's good. That's good. Stay like that. Stay like that.
Take care.
This is why we chose this school.
Can we give Devontae another round of applause?
We done it, man.
Got the assembly presentation done. I had the year 9s, the classroom visit.
Survey.
Actually, yeah, we actually have a lot to get done.
We've got a survey to do now.
We have the survey to do now, yeah. So.
That's like as soon as possible kind of thing. But yeah, imagine all that time thinking about it now. It's just done. Like we done the classroom, we done the assembly now. So next steps. But well done, man.
Let's get it done.
Yeah.